What is up, everyone, and welcome to another episode of my Reading FC save, building them to the Champions League. And we are back with episode 29. One day I will remember. We are back with episode 29, and what we're going to be doing today is building more and more to the end of the season. We are playing Sunderland and Nottingham Forest in this game. And we've played a few games since the last time I saw you. Don't forget as well, if you are new around here, please hit that subscribe button. Make sure you smash that like button as well, and hopefully you stick around more and more for more videos moving forward. So, let's get into it. So, here we go. Since I last saw you, we drew 1-1 with Bournemouth. We then went on to beat Bristol City 1-0 because of Nicholas Jackson. You will see a theme going on around here. Then we played Charlton, beat them 2-1 because of Nicholas Jackson. Went to Middlesbrough and conceded 2 goals in the 90th minute. Yep, I lost my shit. Goal scored by Nicholas Jackson. And then we beat Hull 4-1 and a hat-trick to Nicholas Jackson. My God, this man scores a lot of goals. He has now got, as you can see, it will rise to 19 million, but £10 million up front. 10 goals in 11 appearances. This player is unreal. I'm not going to lie. 11 goals this season. 2, I don't care about the chances he's creating, but Oscar Pineda has created 18 chances with 5 assists. Dele Alli's got 3 assists to 15 created chances, and Femi Aziz has got 14 assists with 34 created chances, and Kelvin has created 15 chances this season with 6 assists. We are creating goals, and we are doing it very, very well. As we see here by the league table, we are now 5 points clear of Bournemouth. But Fulham have a game in hand, and we are 3 points behind, and we are playing Sunderland, who are down in 9th. When they started this, they were up in 7th or 6th, and they have dropped off massively since the last time we saw you. Yet they lost against Stoke, lost in the FA Cup, lost to Bournemouth, drew with Middlesbrough, beat Everton on thingy-mabobbies. Everton bought one of my players. I didn't say this, but Everton brought one of our youngsters. I don't know if it went through. I'll see if I can find him. Him. Ayanja Garnacho. We've sold him. Someone bid for him. I presume that's a loan. Yeah. We've sold him for 1.5 million, rising to 4. But we do have a 50% sell-on fee, so we will be making money back from that as well. But Everton losing is not something I thought we would see today. They are 11th in the Premier League. Sean Dyche is their manager still. Let's have a look at the Premier League table. Chelsea won it last season. Man City. Chelsea are now 3rd. And Luis Enrique is their manager. How long has he been manager for them? Graham Potter was manager, was sacked in the same year. Then John Terry and Luis Enrique has been in charge. So they're the only managers they've had. So, let's get into Sunderland, shall we? Same team, same way of playing. When I went to Middlesbrough and we lost 2-1 in the 90th minute, we were on cautious from the minute 5. We then scored, and I stayed on cautious. I went to the toilet, and I come back, and it was in the 90th minute. I thought, oh, I'll make some few changes. Yeah, it didn't work out. It did not work out whatsoever. Right. Here we go. Let's get into it. Sunderland having a real bad time of it at the moment. Yaku Mate not even on the bench still. Oh, he is on the bench. Big yaks. Swings it in back post. Nicholas Jackson was there. Couldn't be able to get on the end of it. Then Enzo swings it back to Shackleton. Shackleton back to Enzo. To Alvaro. Alvaro tries to find a way. Shackleton's stuck. Enzo. Alvaro. Is he going to look down the wing? No. Passes it back to Enzo. Enzo passes it to the middle. Nicholas Jackson gets tackled. Could have been a counter-attack there to Sunderland, but we stop it. Kelvin out wide to Femi. Femi back to him. Enzo. Shackleton. Alvaro. Can we go down the line? No. There's no way of him going. Shackleton, Oscar Pereira gets tackled. Long ball in, intercepted. This is a long highlight. This has got to be a goal, and it is. Dele Alli lobs the keeper, makes it 1-0 after 4 minutes. And Dele Alli gets another goal for himself this season and redeeming himself for a player that he shouldn't have been but was. And now we're bringing the Dele Alli that we all know and love slowly back. Fulham are playing now. Who are they playing? Coventry, 0-0. So at this precise moment, we are 1 point behind because they're drawing. If Coventry win, we will go top. And Bournemouth are currently winning against West Brom 1-0. They're winning 2-0. Scored. Okay, they've scored 2 goals. There we go. Right. Sunderland swings it back post, able to head out, shoots long range over the top. Nicely done there. Nicely done. Just need to carry on this. Femi Aziz, or another red card. Why do we get so many red cards? Have we got? I don't think I've put get stuck in. I have got get stuck in. Let's take that off. I'm not changing it. We're keeping the same thing of what we've got. It hasn't really managed a difference there. It'll be fine. I'm not too worried. Sunderland have a 0.01 XG. We got a lot more shots on target and a lot more shots, which is great to see. Come on, Nicholas Jackson. Get your normal goal. You've scored in every game so far. And if I press record and you don't score, I'm going to lose my shit. Right. If it's because of the record button that he doesn't score, and then when we go into the next record and he doesn't score but scores in between, I don't know what to say at this point. Sunderland taking over. Now here we go, counter-attack. Nicholas Jackson moves out wide. He's got no one really to pass to. He's covered. Does well there. Kelvin. Back to Joe Gomez. In the middle to Shackleton. Shackleton, lovely ball to Oscar Pereira. 13th goal of the season. He is going to be an absolute beaut for us next season. If he stays and we do go up, he's going to be really, really helpful in the Premier League. Fulham are now winning. Yeah, they're winning 1-0. Scored in the 45th minute. Right. Might have to put on a few substitutions now just to keep things safe. Nicholas Jackson, Darius Campbell. Yep. You're going to come off because you're booked. You're going to come off because you're booked, and I'm getting extremely worried. Right. 4 substitutions in the 60th minute. Praise the team. If you can hear that noise, it's my croc. 0.65 XG with our 1.15 doing really well. 2-0 up. Savage is going to score this free kick. I didn't even think he was going to score that. I just said that because I wanted to. I haven't seen a free kick goal for us in the 3 years I've done it. Maybe one. I can't remember it. Maybe one, but we've done so well. Let's look at the heat maps. We are controlling around the outsides and what we're doing. I'm loving it. I'm loving life at the moment. I'm loving winning. And Bournemouth are winning 4-0 against West Brom. West Brom are bottling life. Sunderland, do not concede. Thank God. Keep a clean sheet now, please. Shackleton, take him off, he's slowly dying. Tom McIntyre. Right, we have got... we normally concede at this point now. We always concede at this point, and it really irritates me. It's always around the last 10 minutes we seem to our heads drop really quickly. Out wide, Kamara. Kamara in the middle to Campbell. Campbell back to Kelvin. Nowhere to go. Down the line to Kamara. He wins it. Swings it into Oscar. Swings it back out. Headers back out. Guinness Walker down the line. Swings it in. Oscar Pereira back to Savage. Shoots just over the bar. It's a shame. It was the 83rd. It could have got a second goal of the game for him, but doesn't. We've made all the subs now, haven't we? 89th minute, 90th minute, 2 more minutes to go. That's the end of that game. Right, we're now going to go and swing over to the Nottingham Forest game, where we're going to try and pick up a win and get more, push ourselves and forward more and more. Nottingham Forest are now 4th, 4 points behind us. Yeah, doing really well. Got Blackpool next, and then Cardiff, and then we will be back for Nottingham Forest. I don't know why Rotherham's been televised, but we will do it. We will go into Nottingham Forest game, and then we will see what we're doing from there. And I'll see you guys in just a sec. Right, we are back, and before we get to the Nottingham Forest game, Fulham have slipped up. I don't know what's happened. We're going to go and look at it together. I've just seen it. They just lost to Bournemouth. So they had 2 games in hand on me. They had Hull, which they won, and then they had Bournemouth, and they lost. Oh dear, dear, dear. We are now 1 point behind. Excuse me. 1 point behind now, and they're not. I always do this, and never. No, they're not playing today, or not. Yeah, they're not playing today. So we can go above them and put more pressure on them with a win. So we're playing 4th in the league, Nottingham Forest. We've got a few injuries. Kelvin is now out for a while. Since the last time I spoke to you, we have played a few games and we haven't gone back. So we played Sunderland, and since then we beat Blackpool 2-1. Femi Aziz and Tom McIntyre with the goals. And then we played Cardiff and beat them 3-1, where Kelvin has picked up an injury. Femi Aziz, Nicholas Jackson and Kofi Palmer. Kofi Palmer come on in the right back position because he went centre back, and we put Enzo at right back, and that sort of helped us a little bit more moving forward. Still got that suspension to Dele Alli as well, but we have been playing Ivan Drago there instead, but actually because he's not fully fit, we're going to play Salvio there instead, and then we're going to put the youngster back. I know he's not fully fit, but that's fine. We've got Tom McIntyre just in case, and most of these have played for the under-21s recently. They needed to get more match fitness, so we've put them in there. So yeah, everyone's getting there. We're all getting it. Nicholas Jackson now in 15 appearances has got 12 goals, and it's just unreal. Oscar Pereira as well, 13 goals, 5 assists, 18 chances creating. But Femi Aziz, who by the way has 11 clubs wanting him, has got 12 goals, 15 assists and 37 chances created, as we can see here. Main interests are Cologne, Atletico Madrid, Bournemouth, Fulham, Leverkusen, Forest, Sheffield United, Tottenham, Stuttgart, Watford and Manchester United are interested in looking at him. If they hit the £30 million or go above it, we will be selling him, but then we will need a replacement youth academy player to come in to do that, as that will mean we've currently got 3 in the first team, but we need more. I don't think we got 3 in this match, so I might have just broken my rule. 1, 2. We've got 2. We've got 2 youth academy. It's fine. I'm slowly getting wear and tear of the youth academy rule. I'm happy to have them in the whole squad, so we might change that rule at the end of the season, where in the whole squad we've got to have at least 5. So that means when we're in the Premier League we get 9 substitutions, so maybe 4 of them have to be youth academy players. But first team we're going to need more. We've just had a youth intake as well, and it was horrible. No one that will really stand out. But we're at home against Nottingham Forest, and we need to win to keep that pressure on Fulham moving forward. We're currently top of the league now. but we have played a game over and we are just drawing. So here we go, Barmer. Come on now, let's get going. Let's get the win and make me feel more comfortable moving forward. Nice switch of play there to Oscar Pereira, but gets shut down by Gabriel Ferreira, but Oscar wins it back, cuts in, shoots, saves by Magova. Or Mavovgo, I don't know how to say his name. There's a lot of names I struggle with. Femi Aziz swings it in, gets knocked out. I think Steven Gerrard is their manager. Yep. Here we go, counter-attack now. Oscar Pereira swings out right. Nicholas Jackson. Pereira carries on making the run. Nicholas Jackson carries on making that run as well. There's no one to help him. Shackleton swings it back post. Femi Aziz is there and just knocks it over. Had to get that on target, but we're on top and I'm very happy. Right, let's keep this going. Well, Nottingham Forest look like they're now on the attack. Lingard, O'Brien, lovely run in the box, but Connor Boyce-Clark is there. Connor Boyce-Clark, as long as I'm manager, not as long as I'm manager, as long as no one bids high bid for him, will be our goalkeeper for the foreseeable future. I have no wanting to change him. He concedes goals, but at the same time he's progressing and he's still very young. So for me, that's what I want and that's what we've been looking for, and he does have a very bright future. Right, first half is nearly over and we are not really doing what we need to do. Control and possession, let's make them happy. But if we look at the league table, right, we are 3 points clear of Bournemouth with the same games played. We're level on points with Fulham. Bearing in mind, if I remember correctly, yeah, Fulham and Bournemouth have just been relegated from the Premier League. Oscar Pereira smashes it over. Just been relegated from the Premier League, and Forest. All recently relegated from the Premier League, and we are going toe-to-toe with them with a squad that we've had to rebuild massively. Nicholas Jackson, again, as I press record, is not doing anything. Let's change this up. Let's bring Tom McIntyre in. I don't think I've actually played him at centre-back that much since I've been manager here. Let's try Femi Aziz up front, that might get a few changes. Tom McIntyre will come on and be captain. They haven't had a shot on target. We've had 2 shots on target, but we've had 9 shots. We have a 0.58 goal XG. They have a 0.3 out, so we are better. Bournemouth back. They must be playing. No, they're not. Anywho, here we go. Forest are going to score now after I've said all of that. No. Not much is changing. Let's go a little bit more positive for the final few minutes. Hopefully we can create some chances. 2 shots on target throughout the game is not good enough whatsoever, and that should be it. Yes, it is. So that is that. We have won. We've drawn. It's disappointing we didn't win that. We should have won that. We created a lot of chances, just didn't take them. That's not like us. We score a lot, we also concede a bit as well. So I do want to see a few things before we go so we can show you guys. We've got Rotherham coming up, we don't really care. We've got Rotherham and Derby, both bottom of the end of the tables, so we don't really care about that. But if anything gets slightly more interesting about things that goes on and what's happening, we will come back. So we go top, but it doesn't really matter, does it? Let's go to the league table. Right. Can we see a little bit more of a breakdown of what of goals scored, goals conceded. Stages. Yeah, that's better. So we've scored the most goals in the league. We've scored 71. We're third in goals against. Bournemouth and Nottingham Forest have a better defensive record than what we do. We still have a better defensive record than Fulham, but they have lost. We've lost more games than what they have. We've drawn the same and won the same, but because they have a game in hand, so it's not as bad as what I thought it was. I thought our defensive record could have been worse than that. So it's fine. But Femi Aziz and Nicholas Jackson are now top in goals. Tyrese Campbell's gone down, but Nicholas Jackson's coming up. They're the highest goal scorer. But Femi Aziz, top assist this season. We don't have yellow cards, are not a thing for us this season. Tom McIntyre is normally the most carded player in the league, but he's not this year. Well, because he's not really playing that much since we changed the formation and changed what we're doing since December. But yeah, that has been it. We will be back. Let's have a look at what important games we've got coming up. We've got Rotherham. We'll come back for Blackburn, if anything going on. We'll do the next 2 episodes will be Blackburn, Ipswich, and then we'll have Luton versus Coventry. We'll be rounding off the season. We don't need to do Fulham and we don't need to do Rotherham unless something drastic happens and we won't be showing them. But my name's been Mark. You guys have been amazing. Thank you for all the love and support. We will be back tomorrow for episode 30 of this, and with love, with care. Peace.